My dog is acting strange. I'm starting to get worried. Jasper's been off. That's the only way I can describe it. It started subtly a few weeks ago. He'd just stare. Not at anything in particular, just into the corner of the living room or at the hallway leading to the bedrooms. A low, almost inaudible whine would rumble in his chest. Jasper's a mutt. A scruffy terrier mix with soulful brown eyes that usually follow me everywhere. He's my shadow. He's also usually a bottomless pit for food. So when he started picking at his meals, I knew something was up. The staring got worse. He'd be halfway through a chew toy and just freeze, eyes fixated on some unseen point. Then the whimpering would start. Last week, he refused to go upstairs at all. He'd plant his feet at the bottom, a guttural growl bubbling in his throat if I tried to coax him. I work from home, so I'm with Jasper pretty much 24/7. It's always just been me and him. It's comforting. Mark, my boyfriend, tries to be understanding, but he works insane hours and usually just shrugs it off. He's probably just getting old, Sarah. Maybe he needs a checkup. So I made an appointment with Dr. Evans, our vet. Jasper hates the vet, but he was unusually docile during the examination. Almost vacant, Dr. Evans did blood work, checked his joints, looked him over thoroughly. He seems perfectly healthy, Sarah. Maybe a little anxious? We could try him on some mild anti-anxiety meds. I filled the prescription, hoping it would help, but the pills didn't change anything. In fact, it might have made it worse. The staring intensified. The whimpering turned into full-blown howling at night, keeping me awake. And then came the aggression. He snapped at me the other day when I tried to put his leash on. A low, vicious snarl I'd never heard from him before. He didn't break skin, but the intent was there. I was terrified. Yesterday morning I saw Mrs. Davison across the street tending to her roses. She's a sweet old lady, a little eccentric, but always friendly. As I was walking Jasper, trying to keep him from pulling towards the woods at the edge of the neighborhood, she beckoned me over. "He doesn't like the house, does he?" she asked, her voice raspy. "What, Jasper?" "He's been acting weird lately," I replied, nervously adjusting Jasper's leash. He was straining against it, eyes darting around, hackles raised. "This house, it's got a history. Things aren't always settled here." She peered at me over her spectacles, her gaze unnervingly intense. "You be careful, dear. Some things are best left undisturbed." Before I could ask her what she meant, she turned back to her roses, muttering something about old sins and the land remembering. I brushed it off as senile rambling, but her words stuck with me. I tried researching the history of the house online. It was built in the 1950s. Nothing remarkable. No murders, no fires, no hauntings listed on any of the paranormal websites I hesitantly visited. Just a plain, ordinary house in a plain, ordinary neighborhood. Except Jasper clearly didn't think so. Last night was the worst. I woke up to a scratching sound. It was coming from downstairs. I grabbed my phone, heart pounding, and crept down the stairs. Jasper was in the living room, huddled in the corner, frantically clawing at the baseboard. I called his name, but he didn't respond. He just kept digging, his nails tearing at the wood, a guttural growl escaping his throat. I reached out to touch him, and he whirled around, teeth bared. This wasn't Jasper. This was something else entirely. His eyes, they were black, not just the pupils, but the entire iris, black and empty. I stumbled back, terrified. He lunged, snapping at his body rigid with rage. I screamed, and he finally seemed to snap out of it. His eyes flickered back to their normal brown, and he whimpered, collapsing at my feet. I spent the rest of the night on the couch, holding him close, afraid to close my eyes. Mark came home late, exhausted. I tried to explain what happened, but he just sighed. "Sarah, you're letting your anxiety get the best of you. It's affecting Jasper. Maybe you should talk to someone. I'm telling you, Mark. It wasn't him. It was like something took over him. He just shook his head and went to bed." I felt utterly alone. Today, Jasper's been quiet, too quiet. He's lying at my feet as I work, but he won't make eye contact. He's panting heavily, his body trembling. Every now and then he'll let out a low whine, his eyes darting nervously around the room. The delivery guy came by earlier with a package. He usually leaves it on the porch, but this time he insisted on handing it to me directly. He wouldn't come past the gate. "Your dog, he's not right," he muttered, thrusting the package into my hands and practically running back to his truck. I tried to take Jasper for a walk this afternoon, but he refused to leave the house. He cowered in the doorway, whimpering, his tail tucked between his legs. I didn't push it. I'm sitting here now, the sun's starting to set, casting long shadows across the room. Jasper is still lying at my feet, but he's staring again. This time he's not staring at a corner or a hallway, he's staring at me. His eyes are black again. I just heard a creak upstairs. Jasper didn't react, he just keeps staring. My reflection in my monitor is doing the same.